Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday, after the People's Baraza in Migori County, Raila Odinga in the company of Governor Nyang' Nyong'o, SG Jeremiah Kioni, and the minority leader Opiyo Wandayi were heading to the home of the former Member of Parliament Grace Onyango, who had passed on recently. But then, Raila's entourage was disrupted by the security operatives who had mounted the roadblock as a protection measure to safeguard the Kisumu State Lodge. So, Raila was forced to get out of his car to go and confront these police officers before they allowed him to go. So look at that situation. The officers knew very well this is Raila Odinga. They knew his car, but they could not allow him to go. They still continuously blocked the road. But then after that confrontation, the officers were forced to open the road and they proceeded with their journey up to where they were heading to. And after that, Junet Mohammed responded to William Samoei Ruto. Because again, the truth of the matter is that it is William Samoei Ruto who gave this order for security officers to block all state lodge across the country after Raila Odinga called for the mass action. This is what Junet Mohammed told William Ruto. Ruto must desist from barricading road highways across our country, especially roads he never built. All roads barricaded politically recently must be removed. We in MDD do not expect him to achieve anything, but we won't accept his attempt to turn Kenya into a failed state. Second tweet. Political rights of Kenyans will not be sacrificed at the altar of an illegitimate regime hiding behind the security apparatus of our country to cling to power. Kenya was free before Ruto. It must remain so. We reject Ruto's attempt to curtail free movement of Kenyans. Now, but just still on that issue of free movement of Kenyans, the truth of the matter is that once you start doing such things, you are limiting the movement of Kenyans in this country. But then, our constitution is very clear. Everyone has freedom of movement and association. There's no one who should stop anyone from associating with other people. So when you block road, what do you mean? They should not move. But then where is Ruto heading to with this issue? This is the last tweet. The right to demonstrate and picket, freedom of assembling and expression and movement will be jealously guarded. So he's assuring William Samoei Ruto that they are not going to stop picketing, they are not going to stop assembling to express their views. It is going to continue no matter whatever he will try to do. They are going to jealously safeguard them. No amount of intimidation, threat, fear-mongering and securitization of the state will make MDD abandon this constitutional safeguard against dictatorship. That is Junet Mohammed. Now, the question is, what is Ruto's endgame with this kind of drama he has started today in this country? So many questions people will ask. We are continuing with this panel discussion, but just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And back to this discussion. Now, there are several things we can point out as far as this issue is concerned. So Ruto could be confirming here that the plan by Azimio la Umoja to go to State House, the focus could not only be just at Nairobi State House. Azimio can plan to take over power by going to any of these other state lodge. It can be Mombasa, it can be Kisumu, it can be in hata Kakamega hapa iko, anywhere. It can be even in Sagana, it can be even in Nakuru. They are across the country. So he's well aware that when Azimio say that they're going to walk to State House, they can decide to walk to any of this other state lodge. Then start making orders from there going forward. That will be a possibility. That's why he's mounting these roadblocks. So it's confirming that fear. Another thing that Kenyans should learn from this and get a meaning in what Junet Mohammed is talking about. Ruto might start this way, and then you see it as just a small thing. So you are blocking people from going to one area to another. From there, it will continue. He will start limiting movement of people, but he will be focusing on the Azimio leaders and the youth who are supporting the Azimio ideas. Akina Omosh, Akina Nuro Kango, Akina Gaucho, and the team. They will become a target, so they can limit their movement in this country. Saying that you are told you cannot go to this county, you cannot go to this city, you cannot go to this place. Already someone is curtailing your freedom of movement, which is against the law. Because as long as we see gaidi, as long as you're not disrupting anyone, you have your freedom. Again, it can go further beyond that. He will start like this, and then all of a sudden you will hear, now Ruto has decided to put some of the Azimio leaders under house arrest. Because once someone block you from your home, you cannot get out from your gate. It means you are technically under house arrest. It can go that direction. And that is where Uganda has been for a long time. So Ruto is copying his notes from who? Is it Museveni? Ama anatoa his notes zake wapi? Because we are well aware it is only in Uganda where we witnessed Kithure Besigye being put under house arrest. Not one time, not twice, it is severally. The same thing happened to Bobby Wine during an election. Imagine a presidential candidate being put under house arrest when you are supposed to be where your vote is being counted. That could be a direction William Ruto is heading to. So, up to there, then we can conclude and say that seemingly William Ruto is continuously showing the characters of a dictator. Because once it reaches that level, there's no any other better name we can give you. The same way, John alikuwa anatuambia kwamba mwizi hana jina lingine, kwamba mwizi ni mwizi, we can say that then a dictator cannot have any other name. Atakuwa tu is a dictator. That could be a route that Ruto might be heading to. And seemingly, he is copying from a neighbor. So if Kenyans would allow this kind of situation to happen, inaweza endelea. Na iendelee ikuwe mazoea. Ikisha kuwa mazoea, itakuwa rahisi kwa mtu kama Ruto kwanza kuweka watu kama akina Raila under house arrest. Usikie tu kesho Kalonzo Musyoka you talked about secession, you are under house arrest. Martha Karua wewe unatupigia kelele nyingi, you are under house arrest. Akuja aseme hapo Jeremiah Kioni wewe ndio unakuja na hizi numbers unasema sijui whistleblower alikupea, you are under house arrest. You cannot move. So that way you are trying to paralyze the current strategy of Azimio la Umoja, which is against the law by the way. But then the big problem that Ruto might face is the kind of support Raila is commanding across the country. Going by even the votes that we had, hata tukitumia hizo kura tu zenye waliiba, kwa sababu ukiambia Azimio wanaelewa ya kwamba hizi kura waliibia baba, na hiyo ndio baba amesema. Let us even assume we go with those fake numbers, because even the Azimio wanaelewa. Already Raila has half of the country, William Ruto another half. So tell me, trying to block such kind of a leader or putting him under house arrest, or you are limiting his movement, what are you telling the country? Definitely, without William Ruto will be showing his weakness side, and because of lack of wisdom, then Ruto will be exposing this country to a danger. these people who are supporting Raila Odinga are going to react. And the reaction is going to be emotional. And you know when people are emotional, how they can react. Again, another worst thing for him is that after the election, when Ruto just became the president, even those people who voted for him, those who are supporting his ideas, they are now with Raila Odinga. They have a reason to support Raila Odinga because they are learning that the man they voted for, he lied to them. That is another thing that is here. So because of this, it is going to be very hard for William Ruto in his attempt to curtail people's freedom of movement, freedom of expression, freedom of picketing, mass action. He will not stop it. I know he's attempting. Again, this confirms the worry that Ruto has. He is not settled. He is worried because he don't know what next. He don't know what kind of order Raila is going to give going forward. Because possibility of issuing another order, which seemingly it might be lethal or so much tricky for him to handle, is there. 20th is coming. So William Ruto is busy here calculating Raila Odinga moves. Yani yeye anafikiria Raila. Unajua hata watakuwa na target ya kwamba Raila will be going to Kisumu State Lodge to declare himself as a president and start giving orders. But maybe the plan is elsewhere. They will be concentrating in Kisumu, but Raila will be planning in Mombasa. Operation might be in Mombasa. It could be in Nakuru. Or even Kakamega here. Anywhere. So let him not put all of his focus and target within Kisumu. Hiyo itakuwa tu ni kuharibu moto. Or even they will be walking to State House Nairobi just to confront the situation there. So it could be anything. I think that's what I can read into all of this issue. Because it will reach a time even those people who are picketing, they will be limited. Wataambiwa sasa masaa kama hiyo unaweza picket, lakini hii masaa huwezi picket. Wataambia pia unaweza picket ufike kwa hii barabara hapa, lakini huwezi endelea ufike kwa ile mlima huko. Something that should not take place or be allowed. That is all about what Junet Mohammed is trying to address here. So we should not walk into that dictatorship path. We should condemn anyone who wants to go that direction. Because when it reached that level of putting someone under house arrest, even Museveni should just be told he is showing a bad behavior within East Africa. As simple as that.